Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care. So I do get a lot of comments with people saying I have saved them a lot of money, and I do get questions, hey, can I send you some money somehow? And now there is a way, if you so choose, called fan funding. You'll find it on the channel page right there. 2007 Honda Ridgeline, doing the rear disc brakes, pad replacement, and rotors. 22mm lug nuts, looks like here. We'll break them loose, left to loosen, right to tighten. Break them loose while the tires are on the ground, and then you can go ahead and jack it up, take the tire off the rest of the way, take the lug nuts off, of course, and then we'll get to the disc brakes, pads, and caliper inside there. Got a Phillips here, so when we remove the rotor, we can. They have little threaded holes here in case it's rusted on. You can pull it off. 8 by 1.25, I think, is the bolt size for those. Got a 12mm wrench, 17mm wrench. 17mm bolt also for the caliper mounting right there. All the bolts are left to loosen, right to tighten. I like to collapse the piston in here, get a screwdriver in here if I can. Pry this way. Collapse the piston back in the caliper. We can check the slides and make sure they're free. Looking good. You can actually leave that in there. I'll have to tighten that back up, but you can see it just comes off just taking one bolt out, usually the bottom one. get some brake lubricant so you can lubricate the slides. Even though they slide pretty good, you should put a little bit more on there. Just a little more lubricant on in the holes. You can clean these up with a rag or something, or a little wire brush, or replace them if you get new ones with they just kind of clip, snapping it out, friction fit. Clean them up or replace them. Using an impact driver to get that Phillips screw out because it's in there tight. Can't get it off with my hand. Sometimes you just put your Phillips screw driver on there, or just take a hammer and just pound on it a few times. Just either pound right on the screw, pound on your screwdriver. That might loosen it up too. Want to get this machined or replaced when you're replacing pads. It's pretty smooth. If money's tight, you can also just do a pad slap in here and put new pads on it, but you might have noise issues. So that is removal of your brake pads, rotors, rotor. Those are your emergency brakes right there. They look good. We'll just clean stuff up and put stuff back together with new parts. So all you do is slide the new rotor on. Try and line up that Phillips bolt if you still have that around. It's probably just from the factory, just so things don't fall apart, but I don't think you really need it. Many cars don't have it. Swap out the plug, inspection plug, if you are putting on new rotors. Bolt on the caliper, put on your brake pads. Just like that for the front and the back. And we can, oh, I didn't collapse this piston. You can use a C-clamp or a pliers. Don't use a C-clamp. Don't put it down the hole of the piston. Don't put it in the center there and collapse it. Put a pad, brake pad in there and collapse it that way. I'll tighten up our bolt or bolts and put the lug nuts on. Once we put the tire on, tighten it up and pump on the brakes a few times to let the caliper piston push out and set the brake pads, and before you drive it anywhere. And we'll double check the fluid level. So here's the brake fluid right here behind the air filter assembly. Back up a little bit. Here, it's got quite a bit of information on there for you. Open, close. So we'll put a little brake fluid in there. There's some marks on the side. I'm sure it says, hard to see on the camera, but it says max. And minimum down below. So if you're doing the brakes, go ahead and fill it up to the max with .3 brake fluid after you pump the brakes a few times, and you should be good. Take it for a little test drive before you let anyone else drive it, I guess. Good luck on your rear brake pad replacement on your Honda.